Hello everyone, we are group number 2. I am Rocio Romero Rojas,
I am Huarmi Segura.
and this is our presentation about transitive assertion pattern for the subject contrastive grammar.
Okay, to begin with, all sentences in language can be reduced to 6 different combination of elements: subject, verb, direct object, indirect object, subject complement, object complement. With these elements, we can form a variety of sentence patterns. They are intransitive assertion pattern, transitive assertion pattern, transitive receiver assertion pattern, complement assertion pattern, and indefinite equational assertion pattern. In this case, we will consider transitive assertion pattern, applying the steps for contrastive analysis, taking into account English and Spanish. As the name suggests, the distinction of this pattern is that it contains a transitive verb, that is, a verb that affects an object. So the pattern is composed of a subject plus a verb plus an object. This object can be presented in different ways. It can be a noun phrase, as in, the reading group reached the final goal. It can be a pronoun, the machine grabbed it. Also, it can be a noun clause, as in, the singer argued why he started to sing. The object can have the form of a noun phrase plus a particle, as in, the runner gave the competition up. And an indefinite verb can also act as an object, as in, did you try to rescue the bug? Also, it can have an ing form, as in, she suggested going for a new kind of job.
Now I'm going to talk about Spanish sentence patterns. According to Spanish sentence patterns, such as in English, there are 6 varieties of Spanish sentence patterns. The equational assertion pattern, the intransitive assertion pattern, the transitive assertion pattern, the transitive receiver assertion pattern, the complement assertion pattern, and the indefinite equational pattern. We're going to focus on the transitive assertion pattern, and this pattern, such as in English, requires an object following the verb phrase. It can be formed with these elements: a noun phrase as a subject, shown as NP sub, a verb phrase, transitive, which is shown as BP, BPT, a noun phrase as a direct object, shown as NPDO, and a pronoun in direct object form, shown as pron1. This pattern can be presented in 2 ways. It can follow this form, the noun phrase as a subject plus a verb phrase and transitive verb plus a noun phrase as a direct object. As we can see in the examples, los niños quieren caramelos, ellos presentaron su coreografía. And the other form is noun phrase as a subject plus a pronoun plus a verb phrase. Such as in the examples, los niños los quieren y ellos la presentaron.
Well, now we are going to compare both languages. In this case of Spanish, the subject must be specified, but in English, the subject may be specified or may be explicit only in verb suffixes. Within the class transitive verb, in English, there are two large subclasses. Those include particles and those that do not. The former class doesn't exist in Spanish, or at any rate, not in corresponding examples. So, although lacking the English class with particles, Spanish transitive verbs tends to remain consistently transitive. Finally, in Spanish, the object is normally after the verb, whether object is a noun or a pronoun. But in English, the object is after the verb if it is a noun and before the verb if it is a pronoun. If the noun is a personal noun, it normally requires a to mark it.
Taking all these points into account, we can recognize which are the learning problems. These problems are in the membership of the class transitive verbs and the position of pronoun objects. And finally, as a conclusion, we think that it is essential to take into consideration the contrastive analysis and the learning problems within teaching or learning this pattern in order to clarify possible doubts and to have a wider understanding of this sentence composition.
Okay, that was all. Thanks for your attention.
Thank you. Bye.